I'm Sorinne Ardeleanu, 2020 presidential candidate. And today I want to talk to you about how you can achieve anything that you want, even what some or even many consider impossible. And the reason that this is on my mind today is because I am running for the office of President of the United States of America. And there are people who believe that it is impossible for me to win. And I tell these people that I don't have a crystal ball, that I can't predict the future, but what I do know is that when you believe something is impossible, then it will be impossible to you. And if you believe something is possible, then it will be possible to you. So let me give you some examples. Look at the Wright brothers who were trying to make an airplane and were persistent and succeeded. Look at Edison, look at Einstein, look at all these great inventors who did things that other people thought were impossible. Look at America and putting a man on the moon. Others thought this was impossible, yet we did it. And we continue to progress more and more when we have people who challenge the majority who say that something is impossible. So don't settle for somebody's beliefs when they tell you, oh, that's not possible, you can't do it. Maybe they can't do it because they don't believe it's possible, but that doesn't mean that that's impossible for you. Another great example from modern day is Elon Musk. I actually worked for Elon at Tesla over a decade ago. And even though I don't agree with how he treats people, especially his employees, he does something very correctly, which is he believes in his visions. He believes in his ideas, and he surrounds himself with people who believe in them as well. And so that's why he's able to accomplish all of these things that nobody else has accomplished before, because of his belief. He doesn't let anybody else tell him wrong, and he makes sure that he insulates himself with other people who believe in his dreams. See, something to keep in mind is everything around you, everything that you see with your eyes, that humans have created, everything that you experience in your life starts with an idea in here. Somebody had an idea to create this computer that I'm using to talk to you, right? And so they made it, even though there was nothing to begin with. Eventually, we got to where we all are today. And so if it's not for people who have ideas that believe in them, we will never progress as individuals or as species. So the next time somebody tells you that they are going to achieve something, don't rain on their parade. Let them do it. Let them prove you wrong, because it's your beliefs that are limiting you, not them. Another place that we see this happening a lot is in healthcare. So we have something that many of you are familiar with called the placebo effect. And that's when somebody takes some sort of medication or treatment that they believe is actually healing them, but they're not actually getting the treatment or medication that they think that they're getting. Yet because they believe that they're getting it, they get better. Right? And there's something also called the nocebo effect. And that's when somebody expects something negative to happen to them. Like, I'm going to get a cold if I go out in the rain. Guess what? They're going to get a cold when they go out of the rain because they believe that they will. And so if they believe that if I do this, I'm going to be healthy, then they will. This applies to everything that we do in life. And the thing is, you cannot measure somebody's belief or faith in something. And so science won't be able to catch up with this. All we can measure and observe are the results. So if somebody's beliefs are working for them, the last thing you want to do is interfere with them. And as for your own beliefs, if you don't believe in yourself, you're not going to get very far in life. You're not even going to try. So if you start believing in yourself, if you start believing that the impossible is possible, you're very likely to succeed as long as you're willing to do the work required to attain whatever it is that you want to accomplish in life. Thank you for tuning in today. Bye.